Yo, what's going on, guys? It's my lifestyle and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be going over why I believe that the Declasse Yosemite Rancher is one of the best off-road vehicles that has been added into this game. Now I've been driving this around for about a week or so now. I know I'm a little bit late on the whole summer DLC thing, so if you guys are like me and you guys are kind of behind on some of this GTA 5 stuff, there was actually a DLC released, the summer surprise DLC. I'm sure you guys have all seen it, but came with 15 new vehicles and this was one of them. So really cool. I actually did a top 5 paint jobs for the brand new Coquette D10. So if you guys haven't watched that, please go check that out. But today we are focusing on the Yosemite Rancher and why I believe it is one of the best off-road cars in the game, and it's definitely one of my favorite to this day. So let's go ahead and start off with the first thing here. Is the customization on this thing is absolutely insane. There are so many different options for the front and rear bumpers. I believe there are 15 or 16 different options for each of those. Tons of different fenders, tons of different hoods. You could also put the little sleeper cab on the back, or whatever you want to call that, the camper. So I really like that because you could really make this thing stand out when you're in GTA Online, because sometimes with some of these cars with very minimal customization, you see it and you're just like, oh, he has the same stuff as me. But with this truck you have more of a chance of having something unique that a lot of people don't. But basically you could just customize it to your liking. Now I really do like the liveries, however you want to say it. I say it liveries, but I really do like them for this truck. You could actually get a rusted kind of looking one to it. There's a couple different racing ones, a couple different ones with brands on it and stuff like that. So bottom line, just tons of customizations and different variations you could do to this truck. So that's definitely something I really do like about this truck. Now moving on into the second thing here is when I first got in this thing, it was all stock. I didn't have any engine upgrades, transmission, nothing like that, and right off the bat it actually felt pretty fast. So then I went in, I got the whole engine, transmission, turbo, all that stuff, and it actually makes it even quicker. Now I was messing around on some off-road dirt roads back here, and this thing actually stays very planted to the ground. It doesn't have much body roll. I took a couple corners pretty quick and it didn't even want to flip over at all. Now if you're running something that has a little bit of a higher lift on it, most of those trucks in this game really do kind of flip and have a little bit more body roll to them. But this one really does just stay firmly planted to the ground in most cases. It accelerates really nice, and also it brakes really nice on dirt roads as well. So that's obviously really good for off-roading. You want the stability, and just another reason why I believe that this is one of the best off-road cars in the game and why it is my favorite. Now moving on into the next thing here is this thing can climb really steep hills and really not have any trouble doing it at all. Sometimes you don't even need no momentum. You could kind of just start at the bottom and you could just slowly go up. Sometimes some hills that are really steep you need a little bit of momentum, but as long as you're not trying to climb something that's like 90 degrees, then I'm sure you will find a way to get up it with this truck. There was only a couple areas where I kind of had a little bit of trouble, but that's because it was really steep. I basically just had to back up and then I started going again and I got up the hill really easily. So it really does grip to the surface and it just pulls you right up the hill. Now also the braking when you're coming downhill is actually pretty good as well. Sometimes it slides, depends what terrain you're on and how steep and stuff like that. But that's another reason why I love this thing. You could basically take it anywhere on the whole map, see what you could climb with it, see what you can't. Now that kind of leads us into the next thing, which is rock crawling. Now I don't know many places that you could rock crawl in this game. I know there's some places around some rivers and there's also some other places, but I found this place. This was in one of my other off-roading videos, and it actually does a pretty good job of rock crawling. Now, it does bottom out in some sections because it doesn't have the highest lift on it, but it still gets over the rocks fine. You might just bottom out a couple places. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know some other different rock crawling places. Maybe you guys can tell me about them, but what I've noticed is it just really does really well wherever you want to take it. Now, moving on into this last little thing here is it seems like you could actually get through pretty deep water with this thing without it sinking. Now I just want to go ahead and put out there, I haven't done too many tests on other vehicles, but this one, it was completely submerged at one point and it just kept pulling through. So I just thought I would add this because if you do get in some water, you'll most likely be able to get out if you get out quick enough. But yeah, that is basically it for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below if I convinced you guys to go out and purchase this thing. I know that I'll be keeping it in my garage for a long time, and it'll definitely be my go-to off-road vehicle for quite some time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of this year, so please help me out, hit that button, and I'll see you guys in my next video.